Alright guys, so I got through like a third of editing episode 5 of my original Kenshi series. What I'd realized is that the episodes that I streamed were just really low quality. And I think having a low quality episode in the series will just kind of ruin the series. If people see that one bad episode, they're just more likely to tune out of the entire series. And now I know a lot more about the game, so starting over would be a lot of fun, and I think it might lead to a better series, mainly just because I know the style of video I want. Less to do with the fact that I was unhappy with where we were at, because we were doing well. Like, we had amassed a lot of money, we had just bought a house. But now I know more of like the style of video I want to do. And so because of that, we're gonna be starting a new game. Rock bottom wasn't that difficult. Like, starting with one arm is not even much of a disadvantage from what I saw. And it's actually kind of an advantage because you can get bonus stats from getting a really good prosthetic arm. The only penalty you get, as far as I know, is if your only arm is damaged, you can't fight at all. But like, having two arms doesn't help your laboring skill. It doesn't even help your fighting ability, I don't think, which is kind of weird. And so I think starting as a slave might actually be even harder. I know the difficulty is only hard for a slave, and rock bottom says it's very hard. But as a slave, you're starting off in a position where you have a 10-hour debuff, where if you get caught, you become a slave again. And then a 99-hour debuff after that, where if you get caught, I believe you're thrown into a cage as a slave again. So I think this start is actually more difficult. And for advanced options, we're just gonna do everything on normal. No 2 times production, research, and building speed. Everything is completely normal. Bandits can loot me. And yeah, here we go. I wasn't really a huge fan of Hive Prince. Hive Worker Drone actually sounds pretty good. I could have a plus 20% bonus to laboring, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of mining early. And so since I think for the majority of the early game, I will be mining, I will be going Hive Worker Drone. They also have a 20% bonus to athletics. So I'll be mining, and then when I run back to deposit the mined goods, I'll be running quicker because I have bonus to athletics. Also, having more athletics will allow me to be able to run away from enemies easier. Now, my name's gonna be Molt, named after a character from A Bug's Life. It's a really old movie, but they made a game for the PlayStation 1, which I really liked when it came out. I was really young and I played it to completion. And in general, I have really fond memories of the game. I think the guy in the middle is Molt. He's kind of like a giant grasshopper type of thing. And this guy kind of looks like a grasshopper sorta. I made his eyes a lot bigger, and I made his body pretty fat. You can actually make him quite tall as well. Let's just do that. So I did a test run, and I found out a few things about starting as a slave, mainly that you start with 2 characters instead of 1. My second character will also be a Hive Worker Drone, and he will again be named after a Bug's Life character called Slim. He's a stick bug, and they are very tall, skinny, and lanky. And here we go. I'm gonna leave the start completely unedited, as it is definitely the most difficult part. Okay, so the way the start goes is we are going to run to the gate, and there is a relatively good chance that they will see us and recognize us as slaves, and they will chase us, and they will put us in a cage where they will beat the crap out of us, and we are just pretty much screwed. But there is a chance that they will just not recognize us at all. And so I'm just going to keep running for the gate and hoping that they do not recognize us. Like, right here is perfect. Actually, they did not recognize us at all. We are not home free though, because there are other slave masters. Like, there's one over here that I think might have seen us. Nope, he didn't see us. Okay, that's fantastic. We're actually really good to go. Let's see, can we sneak right now? And no one is gonna see us. We're not home free though. I've gotten to this point before where we get here and yep, there's people that see us. Yep, they're actually chasing us, I think. Oh god, no. If they start chasing us, like, we do not outrun them. Yep, there's a guy running after us. Okay, I think we're screwed here. Yeah, I think we're freaking screwed. Like, I don't think... Is he gonna stop chasing? Oh my god, I think we actually got out. Okay, don't get me wrong, you guys. That was probably the 15th attempt at doing that. There is a relatively low chance of actually being able to get out. I want to say it's about 20% that you actually get out of that gate without them attacking you. It might be a little bit higher, maybe like 30, but there's guards outside of the gate that will chase you down. And so the fact that we were able to get past the original gate guards and then the guards after that was relatively lucky. It's happened to me a few times. I did a playthrough earlier where it happened to me once, out of like probably 4 attempts, but I wanted to do a start where I didn't edit it at all, just to show you guys like how it kind of plays out, because that right there is definitely probably the most difficult part. If you do get captured, it's just not the best. Like, you can potentially have an arm just severed, and like after they beat you down, they do bandage you up, but they don't bandage you up fully a lot of the time. So what ends up happening is like your arm will just bleed out and you'll just lose your arm. Or like the worst thing that can happen is you lose a leg, and then how are you going to escape when you've lost a leg? Like it's just not going to be something that is really all that possible to do. And I don't really mind reverting saves at the very start of the game, especially. Like I don't know if I'm going to do it during this playthrough. Like I might just have a stipulation where I don't revert saves, even though you guys wouldn't know because I'm going to be editing out a lot of the boring stuff. But that might be something I'll do where I like just try never to revert saves. But like assuming this was a speed run, you can restart the game as much as you want. Like you can go back to the original point of the game as much as you want, and that's like the starting area. So I don't think anyone can really have a problem with me just restarting the game until I get some kind of optimal start in the first like 5 minutes of the game. But I was doing a playthrough earlier and I was reverting saves as I was going through the playthrough a lot, and I want to try to do less of that. And by the way, I don't know if we're going in the correct direction. I think we're just going back to where we're just going back to where we started. Actually, no, it looks like over here there is a path that goes up this way, so we could try to go that way. Right now we're here on the map. I don't want to go this direction because I started here earlier and I know like pretty much how to survive over here. I want to do some other place and I want to try to survive in like some other environment just so I can make the playthrough a bit different than my last one, because as a lot of you guys know, I did just do a Kenshi playthrough, and I think starting in a different environment would make it more interesting for you guys. That being said though, this will be a series where I'm going to make it last like a long time, a lot longer than my last series, of course. And so I think this is going to get a lot more views than my last series eventually. So a lot of you guys watching this right now may have never seen my other Kenshi series, and so all of this might be new to you. And we have discovered some ruins. Are the ruins down here? I believe they are. If they're ruins, that means they might have loot. That would be kind of cool. When I did this earlier, I went a complete different direction, so I have no idea what I'm about to walk into. This could be like a bandit camp or something. I don't know. And so we can see there's a bunch of blood spiders, which are super strong and they are angry. So the ruins is definitely not somewhere we want to go. Can we just not walk through here? Or is this even a place where we can get through? I think this is actually looking like a complete dead end. So now the question is there anything in here worth trying to go for? Like this damaged book is lootable. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damaged books, 6 that I can see, and there's one out on the outside. We could try to sneak in here. There's 2 more over here as well. Try to get past all these blood spiders. I don't know if we can outrun them. They have max possible speed of 13 miles per hour. We have a max possible speed of 18 miles per hour. So we can outrun them if they aggro onto us accidentally. I think we do go in here. We can also try to sneak in as well. So that's even less of a chance that they can aggro onto us. I'm seeing that they're not patrolling towards these stairs. Like they are blocking us from getting over here. Okay, so we are seen even over here, which is kind of weirding me out. And are they aggroing on us already? Okay, they are. They are definitely aggroing on us. Can we just walk back in there? Maybe they were only aggroing on us because we were sneaking. But maybe if we just walk in. This guy attacking us? Yep, he's attacking us. Okay. And those guys, yep. Okay, the ruins are not the play. So there's like kind of a secret path that goes over this direction, and we're about to run into some people. Who are they? Skeletons? I don't think these will attack us. Okay, they did not attack us. So we're just gonna run back to the main road. I think we're just gonna keep going the same direction I went earlier. River Raptor, these guys are not aggressive from what and they're pretty slow. They have 9 athletics and they run at max possible 8 miles per hour. So yeah, we can just walk right by them. Here's a bone dog. It's actually attacking us. Can we make it attack the river raptors? Okay, it's not wanting to aggro on them. We're just gonna have to outrun it, which is completely fine. Wait, is it aggro on them? Yeah, it is aggro on them. That's great. Bone dog is quite a beast too, so I don't even know if they can take it out. But if they do, we can loot its flesh and we can hopefully eat the flesh. And yep, here is a massive fight. The bone dog is got this one in critical condition, but it's still holding its own. 2 of them are now in critical condition. Its head is very wounded though. Take out its flesh. I think he did eat the foul flesh. Yeah, he did. And then we get this too. And there's a bridge over here. We're just gonna head towards that. And if we do find somewhere to trade, the hides are worth 220 and the teeth are worth 30 each. So that was a pretty decent turn of events. Earlier when I was doing this, my main issue was I was running out of food. So the fact that we got the food issue taken care of already is really good. So to the right is towards the desert. We're gonna go to the left this time though. When I say this time, you guys have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, but I did probably like 2 hours of playthrough earlier where I went to the desert, and since I was reverting autosaves a lot, I just didn't really feel the best about it. I was making a lot of like really sketchy decisions that I should be making, assuming I'm not just gonna keep save revert spamming. Like what I want to do is I want to make safe decisions so that I don't have to autosave very much, if at all. Like if I could just not revert any saves at all, that would be completely awesome. I'm assuming there's going to be some situations where I'm just going to get really, really bad luck and I'm just going to get potentially wiped or something where I might have to revert saves. And if I do, I'll let you guys know. And like up here, for example, there's some Paladins of the Holy Nation, which we do not want to run into. So we're going to keep our distance. We're going to go this direction, I guess. Okay, decide we're going to cross over because we do have an opportunity to. And I don't really know where the patrol is. They could be behind us or ahead of us, but there are a lot of ways to just kind of go off the path if we do run into them. And then running this direction, which is unfortunately the way we want to go. However, they are going pretty quickly, so I think we're just going to stick a bit behind them and let's wait for them to get past this valley here. And once they do, we should be able to just be home free. One thing we could potentially do is just mine until the ex-slave debuff wears off. That would be definitely the safest play, assuming we want to do a playthrough where I didn't revert any saves at all. And by doing that, I would be working towards my goal. I would just be doing it slightly slower because I could potentially find a companion in the Holy Nation town. But if this is a Holy Nation town, which I'm assuming it is, then they could potentially see through my disguise, or I've heard they don't like anything that's not human, so maybe they'll just attack me when I head through the gate. I don't know. And being an ex-slave even adds more chance that they're gonna see me and attack me when I go through the gate. I'm not really sure where this is. I've been heading up this windy path for what seems like a while now, but it looks like, okay, yeah, there is a town up here. Is it Holy Nation? It's Tech Hunter Town. Okay. These guys won't actually attack us for not being human, but they will potentially attack us for being ex-slave. Do we go in and risk it and try to sell this stuff off? I think no. I think what we do is we just drop the animal skins and stuff right here, and no one will loot those, I don't think. If they do, it's not that big of a deal, but we'll head down, I think this way, and we'll try to find a copper node or an iron node, and we'll just mine away for 87 in-game hours. So I found this iron resource and I was thinking about mining it, but I think if we're gonna be mining for now 83 in-game hours, we should definitely be mining a copper resource. I don't think iron is very good. The only thing is I wasn't finding any copper around this town, so I think we're just gonna look for another town. And oh god, we just got ambushed by cannibals. Looks like we're faster than them though. Yeah, I think we are faster than them. We're in the hidden forest and we're gonna head up northwest and see if we can try to find a town with a copper resource nearby. Well, I did find some copper resource over here, but they're 55 copper quality, which is not good. We might even be better off mining the very high quality iron resource. And we're not really that close to a town, so we're gonna keep looking. It seems like it's really hard to find. And over here, there's some people attacking something. Some kind of battle going on. There's a beak thing. Interesting. And they're fighting some cannibals. Looks like they're absolutely destroying the cannibals, actually. And if we do mouse over the beak things, they are hostile. So we're not going to get too close to them until they walk away. And then we'll try to loot the bodies. What is it doing? It's eating him? Oh yeah, the goal is to eat body. Mole has some stuff on him. So I'm going to try to have him aggro the beak thing onto him. And hopefully he can outrun it. Oh my god, it's so fast. Okay, that was not the play, and we will be reverting. Be honest, guys, when you saw the beak thing, you did not expect it to be moving at Mach speed. Like, that thing is freaking fast. So I'm going to chalk that one down to a learning experience. There is a village actually pretty close to where the beak thing was killing those cannibals. Let's see, is it a village that's hostile, though? It's got a bar. Like, this might not be a hostile village at all. We'll note the location of this thing and we'll head over to where the beak thing was destroying those cannibals, try to loot them, and maybe we can sell the loot at this village. Cannibal Hunter is fighting. Holy crap, that is a massive battle over here. Who wins? The Cannibal Hunters, which have pretty decent dexterity, it looks like, or the regular cannibals. I don't know, but we're gonna try to loot whoever loses that. I'm not finding those beak things anywhere. I don't think I'm in the right area, but that's quite alright. We found potentially something better. It looks like the Cannibal Hunters do win this one, and there are a lot of crippled cannibals trying to run away. The Cannibal Hunters are not hostile to us, so I think we just head in there and try to start looting. One tip I heard is that when you're looting, you can just pause. And they have Flesh Cleaver, which sells for 300. That's decent. Another Flesh Cleaver. Great. Another bandage. You can loot this. Another Flesh Cleaver. You can do this all while you're paused, too, which a lot of you guys have been telling me in the comment section, so I do appreciate that. Oh no, Molt's damaged. I got too close. His right arm's damaged. That's fine though. He can heal himself up too. We got some bandages. What happened there is we got too close and we got cleaved by some AoE. I don't believe the guy was even trying to hit us. Okay, this guy wants to fight. Okay, we are very encumbered too. This guy's super fast, my god. We not outrun him. We might be able to kill him actually. He's got no weapon. He's got 0 martial arts too. We're leveling up our melee attack skill too. Get him, guys. I think we're winning this for sure. Okay, we got him. I wonder if we could pick this guy up and turn him in for a bounty if they do have some kind of prisoner thing at the village. I doubt they do though. It's a freaking village. All right, we got 2 cannibals and a bunch of weapons. Let's head over to the village and see if we can dump this off. I'm not really expecting to be able to sell these guys off at this village. I'm just hoping that we can sell off the weapons, go back, loot the rest of the weapons, sell off those, and then we can potentially stay at this village for 74 more hours, or we can just move on to something else. They only have a bar here, so I'm not thinking we can sell these guys off. Is this bar... Is anyone in here? There's literally no one here. And there's a lot of freaking loot. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Like, it's good and bad. The fact that we can just take whatever we want, but we just don't have any space. What we can do though is just dump all the weapons off and everything. And we'll just head into this bar and just start looting stuff. Dried fish, take the meat wrap, wheat straw is not that good. It's really heavy. On per statue. Bread is pretty good. The grog is decent. Let's see what's in these barrels and stuff. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Stealing chance 100%. 2 meat wraps, which are good. Bread. In this wooden barrel, there's some dried fish. Decent price. Some bread. Mega City, the beginning. Unique book. It's really tiny. We'll just take it. And there's a safe. I would like to lockpick that. Unfortunately, we have 0% chance of lockpicking it. Some dried fish and some meat wrap in this barrel. We're going to drop the water and some more dried fish and some more bread in this barrel. Oh my god, what are these guys? Okay, there's actually people here. I'm not seeing anywhere to sell this stuff. I'm thinking we just dump it all on the ground. And we'll send Molt back in there. Like, there's no one in there now. Some guy just came in randomly and left. We'll send Slim in there too, and we'll have him start trying to lockpick this safe. All right, so at the top, there's a meat wrap and some fish. In the other barrel, there's a water jug, and we won't take that. Okay, let's just start picking this. Oh, he's not skilled enough. Can we just break it? Not strong enough. We don't have any tools, so we can't get in the safe, unfortunately. This is kind of a weird town. Like, I wonder if there's people inside these houses. There's no one in here. This is so odd. Take the grog. Splint kit's good too. Secure wooden chest. 8% to pick that. Ooh, this could be good. Okay, this guy's coming. We gotta be careful. They're probably heading here. This is probably their house. Nope. It's not. Okay, we're fine. Continue. So I did a little experiment. I saved, and as this guy was walking in, I just decided to pick the lock just to see if he would be upset about it, but no, he doesn't care. And there is a lot of random garbage, it looks like. The damaged book is bad. Nothing too good here. The statue's okay and the hacksaw's okay. Let's head into this house. We might even just be able to loot this house. Like, I don't know if they'll care. There's actually no one in here yet again. Let's see if this guy is gonna be mad that we're in here. Nope, absolutely does not care. There's some dried fish, some bread, some barrels upstairs. Let's try to loot these. There was nothing in the other one, but there's some grog in this one, so we'll take that. Sells for like 1k. I'm thinking we just grab the best stuff, leave, and then we head up towards this town. Like, it's kind of far away, but we got so much loot to sell, and like these houses are just so juicy. Yet another house where they have food and some more grog. We'll dump like the animal teeth. We don't need those, and we don't need so many bandages either. We can hold 1, 2, 3 more grogs. All right, that's good enough. I think we're just gonna head out of here and head back to this tech hunters town, because we know it's like a good place to go. They won't attack us, I don't think, unless they care that we're slaves. But I think we'll just take that risk and hopefully they will not attack us. So originally my plan was I was going to head back into this tech hunters town, but I think we're just going to keep going left and hope we find another friendly town of some sort, because the Cannibal Plains, I don't know if we should be in the Cannibal Plains. Okay, we're getting attacked by some cannibals who are pretty pissed. We're gonna have to put these guys down. We might have to ditch our loot too. Now we're running. Are we faster than them? 29 athletics. We're moving at 19 miles per hour. They're moving at, I don't know what speed. We're about to find out. Doesn't tell us, but I think we're moving quicker than them, even with all the goods on us. Yep, we're outrunning them. I think we're good. And it looks like there is a town pretty close to us. I'm not sure if this is closer than the tech hunters town on the hill would have been. This thing's looking pretty plubbed out. I'm hoping this is not a cannibal town. And it is. Okay, we are not welcome here at all. Well, the question is, do we just head back to the Tech Hunters town, or do we keep going up this direction? I mean, the thing is that we are still an ex-slave for 57 more hours, so we are kind of just, in the meantime, wasting time until that runs out. And there's another battle over here. Tech Hunters are absolutely slaying. Some more scrawny cannibals. We'll pick some of them up, and we can maybe sell them off in a town. I'm seeing a beak thing over here, which slayed a berserker. The only thing is it's eating their body, and if it aggroes onto us, we're freaking dead. I feel like this area is not a place we want to be, so I think the plan might be to loot this berserker when this beak thing is done just ravaging the body. Oh, it's killing something else, or getting killed. There's two berserkers fighting it. They have pretty decent weapons, it looks like, but they are just not denting it at all. It's way too tanky. They actually might take out its right leg though. The only thing is, if these berserkers do have loot on them, I mean, we are pretty full to the brim of relatively decent loot. The best hope here is to loot some decent armor and a really good weapon, then we'll just try to get out. This beak thing is actually getting pretty wounded. The chest is at 71 and both of its legs are pretty harshly wounded as well. Berserker himself is actually doing okay. Looks like they took out the beak thing. It's apparently wounded, slightly injured. Oh, okay, now it's going down. That might have some fat loot on the beak thing, actually. And holy crap, we're getting slayed by these scrawny cannibals. Okay, we got to put these things down. And we can outrun them, I think. Run, 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 run. Okay, I think we're faster. We could try to aggro them into the berserkers. But, like, I don't really care about that as much. Oh no, the scrawny cannibals are taking the bodies. Okay, they're getting killed though. I think the cannibals lose this because the berserkers were really strong. Let's try to loot this thing really fast. It's got 6 hides. Holy nuts. Let's drop all the hides. Alright, that actually worked out pretty okay. There's still some dead berserkers over here, or they're knocked out at least. Okay, this guy's got a really decent weapon. Fragment axe, armored rag skirt, which is better than what we got, and a bandana. I'm assuming this other berserker has the same weapon. Yeah, he does. Stitch the weapon, and then grab the pants and the headpiece. All right, let's just get out of here. Slim actually needs some bandaging. His stomach, or his chest, is actually not too good. All right, well, we made it back to the village with a few autosaves. One thing I did learn from that whole excursion is that the safer play is probably the better play. And so we're gonna be doing less of exploring into unknown territories, especially at the beginning when we have absolutely no combat stats. And we're gonna kind of stick to what we know, which is we know that the Tech Hunter town is going to be relatively safe. So we're just gonna head over there. It's actually not even that far from the village either. It's just the path goes on a really windy road, but that's completely fine. I do not mind a very windy, long path as long as it's safe. All right, so we made it. Did not take long at all. Do we still look like a slave at all? 1%. Very low chance we get caught, I think. We made it past the gate fine. And let's head into the bar and hopefully... Whoa, they got 3 bars here. That means there could be a lot of companions. Stolen goods, no problem. It doesn't look like there's any kind of penalty for fencing here. So this is sweet. We're just going to sell off all the dried fish and stuff. Usually I'd probably keep it. And the grog sells for full value. That's awesome. We got so much grog. Wait, why does this one only sell for $5.59? Oh, there is a markdown if it's stolen. And like some of them are stolen. Like these 2 are stolen, but these 4 are not stolen. So whatever, we'll just sell even the stolen ones. It's weird that the stolen dried fish have no markdown. I'm thinking we just sell off this weapon too. Maybe like, I don't think having a really good weapon is going to do much. It weighs 12 kg too, so it's making us really slow. Yeah, I think we're just going to dump it off. We actually bought out the shopkeeper. We have 9.4k now. Trader's wooden backpack seems pretty good too. It doesn't slow us down at all. It just gives a little bit of combat penalty and then stealth and dodge as well. If we do try to stealth around, we'll just put this on the guy that's not trying to stealth around. And we have some more space now, which is awesome. Let's see, are there any companions in here? 3,000. Let's get him. A Hive Prince. So the Hive Prince is really bad at laboring and strength, but he's really good at being a thief and stealth, lockpicking as well. So I think we'll have this guy be like the thief, and we'll have him do all the lockpicking and stuff, kind of like Cabo's role in the last series, if you guys saw that. And we'll have him named Cabo Jr., just as kind of an homage to Cabo. Jurgen, this guy any good? 3,000, and he's a Shek, which means he's good at combat. Yeah, he gets 20% toughness, attack, and 10% strength. Just like that, we have doubled our party size. We got another guy over here, Peas. 6,000. Whoa. Let's try to sell off the rest of these goods, and then if worse comes to worse, we just come back with the rest of the stuff from that village, and we can definitely pick her up. We got some more food to sell off. We're just gonna sell it because at the village they had a lot of food. All right, so I found this guy Kenshi You. He will join us for 3,000. Let's just do it. He's a human, so he's good at farming, cooking, and science. nothing really too spectacular about him. And I actually didn't look at the companions skills. Kenshi You has 1 in everything. Jurgen has not even 1 in everything. Some skills he has 0 in. And Cabo Jr. has, again, 0 in laboring, but 1 in everything else. All of them come with katanas, but no gear. I think we're gonna have them sell off all their katanas because we're just gonna be running away anyways. Like, we're not gonna be fighting. We'll sell off the other fragment axe we had and the iron stick as well. Like, if we run into people, we will be running away. All right, so we picked up 5 companions. We got a decent amount of money still, 3.5k left over. And I think we'll end episode 1 of season 2 right there. In the next episode, we're gonna be heading back down to the village and we're gonna be just looting it dry since we got 5 people now. And before we do that, let's head over to this camping store and see if we can get more backpacks. So we could get a couple more backpacks. That would really help us. And they do have a large backpack. I'm thinking that since we only move as quick as our slowest member, we just buy 3 small backpacks for now. Because like if one of our members is carrying everything in a large backpack, he's gonna be moving really slowly and he won't be able to keep up with the rest of the party. So let's give 1 to Jurgen and 1 to Kenshi You, and Molt got 1 too. And we'll leave Cabo without a backpack. It does hinder stealth skill. And so now we got some backpacks and we'll be heading back down to the abandoned town, looting pretty much everything and heading back here, selling everything, and we'll see where we go from there. That will all be happening in the next episode. I will see you guys then. Peace out.